Kia ora, and welcome to Without Borders, your fortnightly dose of real people, real conversations, and a little bit of real estate. Hello, I'm William Tartiner of Team William Tartiner at the Ray White Damerel Group. Now, I've had a rich and colourful career in the UK, Australia, and New Zealand, and I've met some wonderful people along the way who have contributed and shaped me into the person that I am today. I'd like to share those people with you, because we can all learn and be better human beings. Without Borders will inform, educate, and entertain you over 20 minutes. Good people who have a story to share and a lesson to learn. Today my guest is Bruno Bickerdike, who is a digital marketing advisor with Harper Digital. Bruno, welcome to Without Borders today. Good to see you, mate.
Thanks, William. Good to be here.
And how you doing?
Very good. Sun's shining, blue sky. Can't complain.
Very good. For the sake of the audience, just tell us a little bit about your background.
So I'm from the UK originally, been in New Zealand for 14 years now. Mm-hmm. I've got probably 25 years of sales and marketing experience, working in a number of different industries and countries. Mm-hmm. And for the last 10 years been specialising in helping small to medium business owners with their digital marketing.
Awesome, man. Hey, listen, I know from our background and everything like that, you were involved in real estate in the UK.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that and maybe give us the funniest transaction that you've ever done there.
I think there's quite a few different people that I've tried to help, and some people would listen to you and some people wouldn't.
Yeah.
And there was a couple who I'd shown through a house, came back 12 months later. It had been overpriced and took a long time to sell. Market shifted in that time. And so they ended up paying £88,000 more than when they first showed them through, because I tried to get an offer out of them and they didn't think that they could afford it or would want to entertain it. So maybe not the funniest, but hindsight, I guess.
Right, no worries. What attracted you to the sales industry? Now, you've had 25 years, sales and marketing. What attracted you to, because different people, some people end up being salespeople.
Yes.
But what attracted you, obviously, early on into sales industry?
Yeah, I think it was people. You know,
Okay.
I'm a people person, and I managed to get into debt without the degree, and using my OE to kind of maybe reset career and getting out of hospitality that I've been working in as I got out of college. So, Mum had mentioned there was a job going in town in King and Chasemore, which is a real estate firm.
Yeah.
One of 18 in the town, and probably one of the oldest. And I went in and I had a meeting with Giles Carpenter, who was my sales manager at the time. And I thought, this guy knows a thing or two. Mm-hmm. And how he described the role, not stuck behind a desk. I was like, that sounds like fun. So I think learning how people work and how to help people through hospitality and, being proud of a level of service that you provide. Mm-hmm. Seeing how you could have some unhappy customers come into the restaurant, but because you're wearing a smile, by the time they leave, they're carrying a smile, and seeing how that smile can get passed on. Sure. That kind of tickles my fancy.
For anybody embarking or wanting to go into or apply for a sales position, what would be two key things that you would advise them? So if you were with them now and they were about to apply for this, they've put their CV in, and what would be the two key things that they would need to put across to a prospective employer?
Oh, that's a really good question. Mm-hmm. I think a true salesperson's success comes back to their perseverance and tenacity.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the single piece of advice I could give anyone, if you're looking at working in a sales role, you have to frame how you approach a customer or a client in the way that you are providing a service to help them.
Right.
And so it's not necessarily, hey, I've got to sell you this box or widget.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Does this help the client or not? And if it doesn't, don't do it. But if it's helpful, then it removes a lot of the barrier of I've got to sell this service. I've got to sell this thing.
How do you go about extracting or opening up a prospective client? How do you sort of search out for, okay, where's the need or where's the pain point?
I guess there's some assumptive behaviours that I have because of the number of years, but it's through questioning. And I think the first piece is injecting some humanity, that this isn't, hey, I'm not engaging with you and this is transactional. This is actually I need to understand who you are,
right? What
you need, and maybe ask some questions to actually find out rather what you want, what you need.
Yeah, sure.
So that I can understand is what I'm offering actually right for you? Is it going to help you with what you're trying to work towards?
Well, that's very good. Now that you're with Harper Digital, can you just tell us a bit about the company? Obviously, what it does, but why did you also join them?
Yeah. So Harper Digital is a full service digital marketing agency. Yeah. Harper was set up over 6 years ago to try and add some transparency and accountability to the digital marketing industry, which is rife with, no one needs to be. No one is certified as a digital marketer. We don't have to sit an exam to trade as a digital marketer. So there's a lot of operators out there that may be faking it until they make it.
Yeah.
So with Harper, the intention was to try and provide, a single point of contact for a business owner where we could help them with supporting them with their website or helping them generate leads, sales inquiries from their ideal type of customers.
Okay.
I had worked with Matt and Steve, who set up Harper along with Juliet.
Yes.
In a previous dirty corporate, I tend to refer it to as. And so we'd known each other, and I've known them for 10 years. So it was an easy decision to join them.
Yeah.
It meant that I didn't have to start my own business and go through the couple of years of pain that they had getting themselves established.
Yeah.
So it made it a lot easier to keep doing what I was enjoying. And that's helping business owners navigate the complexity of this online stuff.
Yeah, right. Look, there's still people, the young people will probably be well up with some of the digital terms that you use. Can you just give us some basics of some of the digital terms that I use so that at least when a person's asking, hey, I can understand a little bit about this anyway?
Yes. Yeah, so I guess one of the main acronyms is called SEO, which is short for Search Engine Optimization. The way that I try and simplify that is it's fiddling with your website,
right,
to help Google like you more than your competition. Yes. That little acronym can be interpreted by a lot of different people for different things because there's a lot of different activities that fall under that banner.
Right.
So again, that's where I try and help a business owner understand if they're paying someone for SEO,
right,
what are they actually receiving for the money that they're investing?
Yeah.
Are the activities that are being done right for the client to get the right outcomes?
Right.
And often a business owner might need, hey, I'm not running at capacity, so I can handle extra sales or extra jobs a month.
Sure.
Potentially, SEO is not the right thing for them if there's an immediate need, and that's where then we might talk about Google Ads or Google AdWords, which is what it used to be called.
Right.
So that's paying Google to pop a little advert at the top of the search results page when you're looking to find something.
Yeah, for sure. Can you explain the process that you've a potential client, you made contact, when you've sat down with them, can you talk us through the process on how you uncover the need, how then you say, look, we need to go down this particular path or this? Obviously, you might give them a couple of alternatives. Just talk us through the whole process on how you gain a expected outcome for that client.
So usually when I'm talking with a client, I've done a lot of homework prior to to arranging a time to sit down and then work through a discovery session with them. Again, where I'm asking questions to understand is what you're telling me, is what you're telling me actually what you need, or is that just what you think you want?
Right.
Or is that what you've been told that you need? Right. So, yeah.
There's a lot of experts in the market.
and it comes back to, someone said, SEO is a thing to do. Cool, right. Bruno, we need to do SEO. Great, Mr. Customer or Mrs. Customer. Why is that? Tell me about your business. Where are you today?
Yeah.
Where do you want to be over the next 12, 24, 36 months? A lot of businesses can provide a range of different services. So it's helping the business owner actually understand the numbers in their business around, well, you're telling me you want to get busier. Where are you at the moment? Are you good busy or bad busy?
Right.
You want to get busier. If I could help you get at one type of customer, I'll help you sell more of one of your services. Which one would be best for you if you could choose, if you had a magic wand? Because often it's a case that they don't want to get busier. They just want to have more profitable relationships with their clients or customers.
Right.
So it's helping them understand, I guess, the options of what digital marketing can deliver.
Sure.
And it's quite different from traditional advertising, because when someone's looking in Google, they're already on their journey to finding a service. So it's helping, I guess, my clients connect the dots between there's an audience already out there for their services and we just need to help them find them, but do it in a targeted and measurable way.
Yeah.
So we can say, well, you've invested this per month and we've been able to track and link these inquiries. And I guess going beyond the inquiry, helping the customer understand is the way that they're handling those inquiries the best way to give them the strongest opportunity to win the business.
Sure. Give us an example where you came across a client, and I'm pretty sure you got something in there, where a client was said, no, you need SEO, you need this, and you need something else. And it wasn't performing for them. After you did your discovery session and then what the application is, tell us what the outcome. Give us an overview. So I got introduced to a gentleman who owned a pest control business. And I'd actually met him 10 years ago, back in 2012 when I first started. He was working with another agency. He's based in Auckland. The agency was based in Hamilton. And I think he was spending $2,000 a month, and he was getting some inquiries, but it was relatively expensive. And if you think about the margins for the type of work that he does, and it's quite competitive around price for pest control treatments. But looking at the landing pages of the website that this other agency was driving people looking for pest treatments to, the pages weren't designed or laid out well to give someone looking for a business to treat their pest issue enough of the right information to help them pick up the phone and ask for a quote. So through and actually, I remember now, they built separate pages away from the client's website because the client's website didn't work well on mobile. I had a look at the desktop version. I'm like, actually, the desktop version of the site is really good. So look, let's send people to your proper website. We won't target people on mobile until we've helped sort out the website, the mobile version. So through, I guess, the way of structuring a campaign, the way that we manage the campaign, we reduced the cost per lead from $20 down to $5. Wow. That's a big saving.
It is. And so the client was able to reduce their monthly advertising cost because they have a capacity threshold.
Right.
And part of that was redeveloping the website. It wasn't reinventing the wheel, but it just adding in moving the customer testimonials up, adding a few calls to action. So call now for a free quote.
Right.
All these little bits of the puzzle all add up to make a better experience.
Yeah.
And that a better experience results in more cost-effective results.
Sure. In your obviously with your experience and so forth, where do you see the market or the industry with the market? Where do you see that going? Because we are almost inundated every day now with electronic media.
Yes.
So give us an indication where you think the market and industry is going.
I need to get out my crystal ball, William. It's an interesting question, and it's something that we talk about a lot. Because, as you mentioned, there's a lot of changes. The rate of change in my industry is
phenomenal.
It is crazy, and I struggle to keep up, and it's my day job.
Yeah.
So there is a shift to data privacy. I think that will increase, or at least I hope it will, because that's an important element to protect users' privacy. I don't think people realise the value of their personal data that they're giving away for free. With that, it becomes harder for marketers like us because we don't have as much data to make decisions on the campaigns as we did before. So it is a shift to greater privacy. But with that, there is opportunity if you have the right policies in place to grow your customer data and own it yourself.
Okay.
So that information doesn't sit with a gatekeeper like Google or Facebook, where you can then use that data in a sensible and appropriate way to have better conversations with the types of customers that you want to work with.
Okay.
So it's this continuing providing the best experience, making the experience for your customers as easy as possible, to help them decide to work with you or not.
Okay. As a salesperson, how do you handle setbacks?
Yes, another good question. And they do unfortunately happen even when you have the best plan. And again, we talk about this often. I could have the best relationship with the client. Campaigns could be smashing it. Everything's good. And, after 3 years, they might decide, maybe I should try someone else because, everyone keeps telling me they can deliver twice the results for half the cost. So don't take it personally. And if I do get upset or disgruntled that I don't think the client should be leaving because I think I know best, often you can't change someone's mind when they've made a decision. Yeah. So you need to handle it gracefully, and have a view that hopefully it works for them, and if it doesn't, hopefully they'd come back. But I try and get into a happy place, and my happy place is finding and talking and working with new customers. So maybe as one door closes, another one opens. So it's trying to find the silver lining, as it were.
How do you think New Zealand is placed in the digital marketing arena compared with, say, Europe, UK, USA, even into the Asian countries?
Yeah.
Where do you see us positioned?
Traditionally, we've always been, a little bit behind. So we would see certain new initiatives rolled out in the States, and then that would flow into Europe, and then it would enter Aussie and then New Zealand.
Sure.
Having said that, New Zealand is a test bed for a lot of corporations because of the size and the demographics to test and trial new initiatives. So I guess we've got the benefit that we can gain some insights for these new testings, but actually allow it to be rolled out and developed so that when we introduce it into New Zealand, it's a lot more proven. So I see that as an advantage.
Right, no problem. And just tell us a little bit about what you do so when you're not involved in sales, because it is demanding, it is emotional, because you've got it takes energy. What do you do to relax and switch off from all of that?
I hit the beach.
Right.
I shifted up to the Hibiscus Coast a couple of years ago after living in town, and part of that move was the kids. So I've got a 5 and 7 year old, and so I guess that's my de-stressing is, spending time with them. The beach is, 5-minute drive, 10-minute walk from the house. It's not too crazy busy, so I can either pop in for a swim or make some sandcastles on the beach.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Or I guess de-stress by doing the house and the chores. I haven't quite got round to finding a cleaner yet, so that's usually my part of my weekend routine.
Look, I know that you're married to Emma, and Emma's also obviously she's got her own career. But I wanted to ask this: was that how does she view your sales and up to this point? Because we in a marriage, you try and support each other and work together as a team. How does Emma view your sales career?
Yeah, I think Ems is pleased or proud with what I do, because the job that I do now gives me the flexibility that I don't have to work in an office 9 to 5.
Sure.
So there's the benefit that I can help carry my weight with the responsibilities with the family.
That's good.
It's given us the flexibility and income to be, to live well and provide a good home to the kids. But I guess in agency speak, Emma works client side. And Emma is, I guess, the opposite end of the spectrum from a salesperson personality, where Emma's role is more about project management and those kind of responsibilities, as well as being more creative with the brand work that she does. So I see it as a good complement, especially in the way that we kind of support each other, whether that's, we're going to buy something. So Ems will do the research and then I go in to do the haggling over the dollars and cents. So it's a good partnership.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, listen, for the audience listening today, how do they get hold of you if they want to engage you as being an advisor for their digital marketing?
Yeah, so you're more than welcome to visit our website, which is harperdigital.co.nz, or you could email me at bruno@harperdigital.co.nz, or check me out on LinkedIn, Bruno Bickerdike, we'll welcome any points of contact or connections. If you've got any questions, happy to provide some advice to see if I can help.
Bruno Bickerdike, thank you for joining us today on Without Borders. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thanks, William. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for listening to Without Borders and my special guest today. If you need help on your property journey or to be a guest on the podcast, I'd love to talk. Just get in touch at teamwilliamtartner.co.nz. Join me in another 2 weeks for another episode of Without Borders.